Have you ever wondered if humans could survive on Mars? This question has been a subject of fascination and speculation for scientists and space enthusiasts alike for decades. Let's delve into the potential for life on the red planet and understand the conditions that currently exist there. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun in our solar system, is often referred to as the sister planet to Earth due to certain similarities. However, the conditions on Mars are far from hospitable for human survival as we know it. The Martian atmosphere is incredibly thin, almost 100 times less dense than Earth's atmosphere. This thin atmosphere, made up mostly of carbon dioxide with traces of nitrogen and argon, offers little protection from harmful solar radiation. This radiation could pose significant risks to human health, leading to a range of issues from skin cancer to damage to the central nervous system. Now let's talk about temperature. Mars is much colder than Earth. Its temperature can drop to a bone-chilling negative 140 degrees Fahrenheit in winter at the poles. Even in summer, the temperature rarely rises above 20 degrees Fahrenheit at midday at the equator. These extreme temperatures make it a challenging environment for humans to survive. Then there's the issue of water and oxygen, two essential elements for human survival. Mars is incredibly dry with virtually no liquid water on its surface. The thin atmosphere of Mars contains only a trace amount of oxygen, not nearly enough to sustain human life. So the Martian landscape, as we currently understand it, is a cold, dry, and radiation-blasted desert, lacking the essential elements for human survival. The conditions on Mars are extremely harsh and inhospitable for humans, yet the allure of this distant world continues to captivate us. The idea of setting foot on another planet, of establishing a human presence beyond Earth, is both exciting and daunting. So, the natural conditions on Mars seem quite inhospitable for humans. But what if we could alter these conditions? Stay tuned as we explore the fascinating possibilities in the upcoming scenes. Imagine changing Mars into a second Earth, a process known as terraforming. The term may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's a concept that scientists have been scrutinizing for years. Terraforming, in its simplest understanding, is the hypothetical process of deliberately modifying the atmosphere, temperature, and topography of a planet, moon, or other body to make it habitable for human life. So, how could we possibly convert the barren, frigid landscape of Mars into a lush, green, Earth-like habitat? There are several proposed methods, each with its own set of challenges and potential rewards. One of the most dramatic proposals involves the use of nuclear weapons. Yes, you heard that right. The idea is to detonate thermonuclear warheads over the poles of Mars. The massive heat from these explosions would vaporize the frozen carbon dioxide, releasing vast amounts of carbon dioxide gas into the Martian atmosphere. This would trigger a greenhouse effect, warming the planet and potentially making it more suitable for human life. Another proposal involves the release of potent greenhouse gases such as chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs into the Martian atmosphere. These gases are extremely effective at trapping heat and could raise the planet's temperature to more Earth-like conditions. Yet another method involves the use of mirrors. Giant mirrors, launched into space and positioned to reflect sunlight onto the Martian surface, could provide the heat necessary to warm the planet and trigger the release of carbon dioxide from the Martian soil. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. These are all theoretical concepts. The technology required to achieve such monumental feats is currently beyond our reach. And even if we had the means, the process of terraforming Mars would take centuries, perhaps even millennia. Terraforming would take centuries, and it remains a theoretical concept. But what if we could survive on Mars without changing its environment? Imagine living in a dome on Mars. How would that look like? As we traverse the fascinating realm of possibilities, let's delve into the idea of creating domes or habitats on Mars to support life. Just picture this, a self-contained microcosm of Earth nestled amidst the red Martian dunes. These habitats would be self-sustaining entities. They would have their own sources of food, water, and oxygen. Picture greenhouses filled with crops, water purification systems, and oxygen generation units. It's almost like creating small Earths on Mars. Now you might wonder, how can we grow food on Mars? Well, hydroponics and aeroponics, techniques of growing plants without soil, could be the answer. These methods use less space and resources, making them ideal for Martian environment. Water, the elixir of life, would be another key consideration. Mars does have water, but it's mostly frozen, so the habitats would need systems to extract and purify this water. Moreover, recycling would be crucial to ensure a sustainable water supply. But what about air? Oxygen generation units would play a vital role here. Oxygen for breathing could be produced from the Martian atmosphere, which is primarily carbon dioxide, through a process known as electrolysis. However, building these habitats on Mars is not without challenges. One of the major hurdles is finding materials that can withstand Mars's harsh conditions. Mars is colder than Earth, with a thin atmosphere and high radiation levels. Hence, the materials used would need to be insulating, sturdy, and radiation-proof. Another significant challenge is the logistics of transporting these materials from Earth to Mars. It would be expensive and logistically complex. So, researchers are exploring the possibility of using Martian resources like regolith, the loose material covering solid bedrock, to build these habitats. Living in a dome on Mars would be a unique experience. But what if we could walk on Mars without a spacesuit? Indeed, the prospect of life on Mars is filled with exciting possibilities and challenges, making it a fascinating topic to explore. So, let's continue our journey into the future, where humans might become an interplanetary species. What if we could alter our bodies to survive Mars's conditions? Imagine a world where we could modify ourselves to withstand the harsh realities of the Martian environment. This isn't just the stuff of science fiction anymore. Welcome to the realm of bioengineering humans for Mars. At the heart of this concept lies the possibility of modifying our genes to cope with the formidable challenges Mars presents. One such challenge is the intense radiation from the sun and cosmic rays. On Earth, our planet's magnetic field shields us from this deadly radiation. But Mars lacks such protection, making the surface a dangerous place for humans. Enter gene editing. Scientists are exploring the potential of tweaking our DNA to enhance our resistance to radiation. This could involve borrowing genes from organisms that naturally thrive in high radiation environments, like the resilient tardigrade or water bear. But radiation isn't the only obstacle. Mars' atmosphere, made up mostly of carbon dioxide, has very little oxygen, about 1% of the levels we're used to on Earth. To deal with this, bioengineers are considering the development of artificial organs. Picture a bioengineered lung capable of extracting oxygen from carbon dioxide, similar to how plants perform photosynthesis. This could enable us to breathe on Mars without the need for bulky and limited oxygen supplies. Such advancements in bioengineering could open up new possibilities for human life beyond our home planet. But they also bring a plethora of ethical questions to the forefront. What are the potential risks of altering the human genome? How far should we go in modifying our bodies? And who gets to decide? Bioengineering humans for Mars is a controversial idea, and it raises many ethical questions, but it shows the lengths to which we could go to make life on Mars a reality. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, these are the questions we must grapple with in our quest to become a multiplanetary species. So, could humans survive on Mars? After exploring this question in depth, we've seen that the answer is a resounding perhaps. With the current technological advancements, we've gleaned that Mars, despite its harsh climate and thin atmosphere, could potentially host life. The concept of terraforming, although still a theoretical possibility, might offer a way to create a more Earth-like environment on the red planet. The idea of living in Mars domes with life support systems and resources imported from Earth is another enticing proposition. And then there's the fascinating prospect of bioengineering humans for Mars, a radical approach that could make us better suited to the Martian environment. However, It's crucial to remember that these are potential solutions to the monumental challenges of sustaining life on Mars. They require further research, development, and testing. The dream of living on Mars is a long way off, but it's a dream that continues to inspire us.